Well, we stepped in their front yard and their security system went off.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. I thought it was my pump-up music when I came out on the stage.
I thought those guys were just there for hype.
I think we should investigate the room to see if there's anything in here.
Okay. So as you just kind of give a deeper look and start looking around in the nooks and crannies of this room, I mean, there's small bits of weapons and debris. There's a couple of old bent coins inside of here, about 6 silver pieces and 2 gold in total. Nothing really to write home about or even to worry about picking up.
That's like
I do.
That's doubled our wealth.
I'm the coin purse, so I'll pick it up.
I mean, maybe someone else would like to hold on to some.
How about you shut up?
I'm not talking about me. Karsken might want to.
Yeah, in case there's, Coin Purse Jr.
I'll let her hold on to it for now.
I was gonna say, I rolled the investigation. Let me have it.
Yeah, I mean, this room's pretty bereft of any major details. Like a bog in a stone room. But, okay, did you guys want to go to the other room too?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay, so looking inside that room, it is...
Oh, are there beds in the barracks?
Essentially, it's more like piles of refuse that these guys were living on. But mind you, these bullywugs are the same pale-looking, ugly ones from outside in the swamp, too.
Okay.
These the weird ones.
Mm-hmm. Weird indeedy. But, yeah, and in the other chamber, we have what appears to be something of like a buttery or like a food storage. And there's small puddles of water where you see like meat and fish and like baby frogs and things that have kind of been left to brine.
Did they pickle their own children?
Could be the frogs from the other room.
It's fucked up.
Okay. You batted one in the face. I'm like, this is messed up.
I'm not pickling it though.
And now all that's left is the double stone doors at the far side.
Oh yeah, my throat's no longer cocked.
Engage.
So you guys walk over to the stone doors, and they seem to be very well reinforced. But they seem to have a pretty simple opening mechanism to them. And you guys just slide them open. Before you is a chamber that is square in its general shape. In the walls themselves are probably the most perverse feature of this about 30 foot by 30 foot square room with 4 pillars. All the walls are adorned with grimacing, ugly, putrid-looking faces. Each and every one of them looks like some sort of a terrorized, famished, painful-looking face, like just a room cobbled with gargoyles. And the pillars in the center also have gargoylish-looking faces on them. But the most gruesome thing of all, looking almost like a sort of like a fireplace of sorts, is this big, angry-looking face at the end with a wide-open mouth, rimmed with teeth going all the way around it, all stoneworked, looking kind of like the entrance to this whole place up at the very top by the chimney there. But it just kind of stares at you with a very ugly and demanding face.
Do we recognize any of the faces? Like
no, they seem kind of as if like quantity came over quality here. Okay. So their faces are pretty simple.
Gotcha.
Can I roll a religion check?
Yeah, and what were you saying, Vireen?
I was gonna say like a history check to know if this is like a figure of something.
I'd say no, just because it seems more like, if it is, it's more of like, it'd probably be more religious than anything, but I will say you can roll a history check, yeah.
I've fumbled.
Oh, you forgot everything you could have known.
13.
So, historically speaking, looking at the stonework in here, it does seem like it probably wasn't done by any famous artist. It doesn't look like it was done by anybody who truly knew what they were doing. This seems more like the work of people who were forced into the labor of doing it. And it looks like the stonework in here is I don't know, like really brutal. You know what I mean? Like it's not made from professionals.
Mm.
And the overall structures in here look so tribalistic and so simple that it seems like somebody who would have done this, if it wasn't just really unskilled people doing it, it was more like primordial beings that did it.
I rolled religion as well. I got a 22.
Oh, hot damn. Yeah, overall, I would say what you can grasp from this is sort of like the general vibe of this chamber being so much about pain and like this gaping mouth on the far side and all the hungry looking famished faces and all like the, you know, wearing lines and all the faces. It does look like this is probably dedicated to some sort of god of like hunger and greed and avarice. It doesn't look like it's the goddess of lust and avarice, and instead it looks something more primordial, but it looks like a weird blend between some sort of chamber that might be devoted to like a demonic god, like the Bollywood god there, I think Reminisce, the giant open mouth that kind of eats everything, and something close to like Huiblex, the demonic lord of oozes and slimes. It's just this room dedicated to the concept of hunger and damnation in that sense.
Okay.
But yeah, the mouth is just wide open with a black portal behind it. What do you do?
Can we approach it?
Yeah, I assumed you guys are just walking around inside of here.
Can I inspect the mouth?
Karsken finds the cutest face in the room and gives it a little kiss on the cheek.
Oh. Okay.
Don't
Makes your lips feel rather tingly.
Oh.
Evil.
Damn it. And how exactly is Vireen inspecting it?
Like, can I light a torch and throw it in the mouth?
Okay. Yeah, so when you throw the torch in there, it kind of just bounces back after it goes in about 3 feet, as if like it rejected the torch and sent it back to you.
Can I toss the ration in?
And sorry, as soon as you toss the torch in there and have it bounce back, all of a sudden all of the walls, all the mouths let out this like low groaning moaning sound, as if like old pipes are pushing water through for the first time in a long time. And I need everybody to roll a con save.
Oh, she liked it when I gave her a kissy.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
I got a 5.
Fucking Karsken's just smooching. He's just the thing just he's like, no tongue.
Naughty!
What do we got?
16.
13.
5.
18.
Oh boy. Okay, so everybody oh wow, lucky you. So Vireen takes 2 points and everybody else only takes 1 of what appears to be poisonous damage. Yeah. And so Percy was standing right behind you as you tossed the torch in, and you said what now? Percy?
I toss the ration in
Okay.
its mouth.
Do you take it out of its wrappings, or do you just toss the whole thing?
Yeah, like I'll unwrap it, and so it's just the food.
Okay, and so you just start tossing handfuls of food inside of there, and the black portal behind it seems to dissipate, and there's no food left behind, but the black portal seems to illuminate a little bit and reveal a stairway behind it.
Okay, let's go check out the stairs.
Okay.
I grab the torch, it spat back at me, light it, and then go through.
Like, and so behind it is a looming stairwell that goes down about 20 or so feet, and it ends at a little bit of a landing. And the walls in here seem to be murky and covered in like a grimy, sweaty, slimy, viscous kind of material that drips down in the most ominous ways. But as you guys are walking down here with the torchlight from Vireen, sort of the only guiding light down here, you see at the bottom of the landing, to the left is another passageway that leads down even further on stairs, and ends in a pair of stone double doors.
Karsken gives a wink to the little face before he leaves the room.
And so, okay, very good. So the party makes it down the stairwell and ends up at the double doors.
Yep.
What to do?
Do you want me to push him open? Does anyone want to make a listen check?
That's what I just asked. I was like, I don't have perception.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll do a perception check.
I mean, anybody can listen.
Don't. Hey.
But can you
can't say
actually
that.
hear?
That's true. I can hear, but am I actually listening? As a DM,
Yeah.
Because you can try
No.
doesn't mean you're not deaf.
Yeah, exactly.
I got a 16.
Okay. And so when you put your ear to the door, you hear the vibrations on it. It's a very thick stone door, so you do your best to hear it, but you can definitely make out the tones of, like, you can feel it vibrating in, like, odd intervals, as if something in there is screaming over and over again, or maybe there's a few things screaming, and you just hear this loud, booming, raucous, occasional, like, brah, brah, sort of, like, rumbling tone.
So I'll relay that to the party and let them know there's something probably behind the door and we should prepare.
There's the giant having a tantrum.
Wah, wah, wah.
Perhaps.
It just is. Damn it,
So I'm going to ready an action for when they open up the door. If I see any of the bullywugs, I'm going to shoot.
Fair enough. What were we saying, Joelle?
I'm gonna cast Bless on my homies.
Okay. Is that concentration?
So just you and Jeff.
Yeah.
Yeah, just you
No.
and Jasper.
No,
Very
just
good.
her and Percy.
No. Also, you're not my friend, but I like tolerate you.
Ooh,
Thanks,
shit.
coin purse.
Just like, wait, I'm not your friend? The door opens up like, I'm not fighting them till I get to the bottom of this. Was Vireen gonna do anything?
And I'm gonna stay like in the back behind everyone because I'm just not doing so hot right now.
I mean, you could always heal yourself if you wanted to.
I can't now
Oh, shit.
because I blessed the homies.
You could always ready to shoot as well.
That's what I'm gonna do. So
And
I'll
cast
bless
guidance.
y'all. Oh yeah. So who's gonna be in front of the door?
Give a wild guess.
Okay, so then I'll give Karsken guidance. I've
Hey.
cast blessed, and I'll be in the back preparing to shoot my long cross.
Halfway
short
up the
crossbow.
stairwell.
Yeah.
And then, what's Vireen up to?
I'm just gonna wait for the door to be open.
Okay. Fair enough. And then Karsken's gonna be the one to open the door, I imagine.
Yep.
So I'm imagining probably a square shape here with Vireen and Karsken in the front, followed by Grus and Percy.
Sure.
Now, do these
Unless you
are
wanna
these
have it
doors
be-
that, like, swing or slide?
It seems like they're going to swing inward. Now, did you instead want the order to be like Karsken followed by the line of you guys? So that way I'm not just putting Vireen in the front?
That'd probably be best.
Oh. I just realized this. I can't cast bless and guidance at the same time because they both require concentration.
So you broke
So
your
I'm-
blessed concentration to do guidance?
Oh.
Well, I mean, I got to keep it, Joelle. I'm sorry. You got to learn the rules one way or another.
You
I'm
were
just kidding.
like, do you want to do this? Fucking ass.
Welcome to the real fight, Joelle. You versus the DM.
I
Can't fight
caught
me
it
now.
right before I caught it before combat started.
Very
So
good.
I'll just do bless on
Okay.
everyone.
Fair enough. Okay, and then Karsken's just going to push the door open.
Carson's gonna go into a rage and kick the door open as hard as he can.
Oh, Jesus. Okay. And so with that, in a full rage, the door gets kicked square open as the stones slide aside. Before you is a chamber that is about 30 feet across. It's kind of like an octagonally shaped room, but on each of the diagonal walls is a lifted section about 5 feet off the ground. At the far side of the chamber where you guys are standing, there's a lifted dais that seems to stretch back a little bit further than the rest of the walls, and there's like a big stone slab with a bit of treasure all over it. But in the direct center of the room is a big circular hole, and it has like a lifted rim around it, like a well almost, and you can see on the floor like different designs of like eyeballs and noses kind of pointing up. So it almost looks like a bunch of different faces share the same mouth. But the most horrifying aspect of this giant pit is that a group of 3 individuals are dangling above it, held by ropes, and a strange black viscous ooze-like substance is reaching up and just grasping onto all their faces, and you can hear them screaming in between the moments of muffling as the ooze seems to be drifting over their faces. Surrounding this pit are a pair of bullywugs wearing black garb and one big giant one standing on a lifted section of wood that seems to be over the pit, and he's like poking and prodding at the people as they're floating above this thing and having their brains poked at and prodded at by this ooze beast. As the door swings open, they shriek in alarm, and a couple of crossbow bolts come flying into the room immediately. So
Bless helps on attack rolls or saving throws or what?
Attack rolls and skill checks, I believe.
Is this the loading screen?
Target makes an attack roll or a saving throw before the spell ends. The target can roll a d4 and add the number rolled to the attack roll or saving roll.
Okay, Joelle, roll the d4 for him.
All right, don't fuck up. Singing everything.
I got a 25.
I rolled
without
another
it.
one.
So
Well, now
26.
you have 26. It's even
Yeah.
better.
Okay, and so I imagine you were just shooting at... Who were you shooting at, I guess?
I guess whichever
wizard,
bullywug was
probably?
closest.
The
The
big
one
beefy one?
No,
Yeah.
the one who took all our shit, the wizard, right in the middle.
Oh,
hanging out.
just wait,
No,
wait, who? Oh, I
Assuming-
will say, the 3 of them that are dangling there, if you didn't catch this little bit of karma here, are in fact Fabora, Shisa, and Gal.
Yeah. Shoot the wizard.
Just Fabora. Like,
we- We can do that after we kill the bullywugs.
Yo.
this is a
Can I
group looking for vengeance.
firebolt while they're crossbowing? Is that a thing I'm allowed to do?
Yeah, I'll say that you prepared it, because you said you were going to wait until the door opened, but I'll say
That's
that
what
you
I
had it
meant, like
prepared. Okay.
So
Well, we'll hold off on yours, Vireen, until we finish off the Percy moves.
4 damage.
Okay, on the big guy?
Yeah.
Okay. And what do we got on the next one? Go ahead, Joel. Roll another d4.
So I have a question.
Okay.
Would I be able to add corruption dice to this to make it more powerful to be able to increase the number?
Like the bless values?
Yeah.
No, it would just be for the d20 rolls.
Oh, okay. Dang.
But I like your sense of corruption.
Thank you. I figured this is the time where I need to focus and channel in some more power. Because I'm rolling really hot.
Very good. So what'd you get, Joel?
A 4!
Okay, and what'd you get in total now?
21
21.
for 9 damage.
Damn. Okay, so yeah, you shoot another one out there,
No,
and it
21
seems
doesn't
like...
hit.
Oh no!
Not again. But it seems like that big beefy one up on the dais seems to be wounded already from these 2 crossbow bolts that have shot up and pinked him. And he starts letting out belching, screeching cries and starts wavering his little wandy thing down at you guys and drops the spear he was poking those hanging friends of yours. What did Vireen get?
14.
Okay. And was that on the big guy or on the other ones?
Yeah, I'm gonna aim for the big guy.
And
Okay.
that's 14 plus bless. Right?
Mm-hmm.
I got another 4.
Okay, now you hit. So,
Woo!
with the guiding blessings of Grus, the firebolt nails him. 2 points.
Damage.
Okay, so the firebolt goes up there too, and he starts just and just starts swinging around the wand again. Okay, gang.
Bruce, you shoot.
I will shoot. Bum, bum, ba-da-da-ba.
Bum, ba-da-bum, bum.
Okay, we're gonna... I did not bless myself, so that's a 9.
Yeah, I was gonna say you can't bless yourself. Dun dun dun. Dun dun dun. Okay, so yeah, you shoot your crossbow up and it misses terribly.
That's because you have the greatest blessing of all, friendship.
Yeah, don't you feel blessed?
No, because one of those people is not my friend.
That's a
I
terrible
wonder
thing
which
to say
one.
about Jasper.
And so now
That is my best friend.
let's roll initiative. Okay, so Big Mama Jamma Frog got a 15, and the Derpy Frogs got a 10.
Got a 19.
Okay, so Karsken, 15, 10, 5. Where's Percy
Ooh,
and Grus
I
falling?
also got a 5.
13.
Okay.
Roll off.
So Karsken, big guy, dopies. I'm sorry, Karsken, big guy, Percy, dopies. Then which one of you two wins the roll off?
I got a 17.
I got a 5.
Okay. So then Grus and Vireen. Okay. So let's start this party.
How far away are the two guys, or the two dopey guys? 'Cause you said they were...
About 15 feet.
Okay, and they're right on the edge?
Mm-hmm. I see where this is going.
Yeah, so just gonna charge in, and let me just make the rolls real quick.
Did you enrage before you opened the door?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. I had a feeling that came too.
Yeah,
So then one of these frogs is like,
so that's a 15.
plus a bonus from Joelle.
Yeah, can I get a
You got a 1.
All right, so that's gonna be a that's a 19 athletics check. So they have to make a dex check and beat that, or an acrobatics or an athletics check to beat that.
I got a 4.
All right, so yeah, I charge into the room, jump into the air, put both my feet square into his chest with a kick, and push him back 5 feet into the pit.
Okay, so with your bestial trot over to there, and you jump up and give him the old drop kick. That frog, the bullywug, gets launched and smacks into the glob of black goop that's suckling at their heads, and the goop sort of reflexively like lunges and clasps onto him and lowers him deeper into the pit and just starts to pull him down as it does. And the black tendrils seem to like ooze about and reach at the different parts of the edge of the thingy, reaching for like feet, reaching for something, anything, and start to kind of pull back and suckle into the hole. And at this point, you can see that certain walls have little porous holes in them. You can see little black tendrils start kind of reaching about at different points.
Neat.
But yeah, so that guy's gone. Very good.
And I look at the other dopey guy remaining, and I wink.
He's like, I saw you smooch that stone thing. Good. Okay, and so now it goes from you to big guy, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and so that big guy goes ahead and he waves his staff up in the air and he swings it with a mighty thrust. And I'm going to need the armor class of our buddy Percy.
He ran all the way out here?
No, it's a ranged
Dang.
attack.
He's shooting me from all the way in there? Dang.
I got the 60-foot reach.
14 AC.
Okay, so with that, an arcing black globby stretches across from the staff there and like with lightning speed just snaps and slaps onto you. And I'm going to need you to make a constitution saving throw.
Ooh, this is my strong suit, trust me.
I won't. I don't trust anyone.
I do no such thing.
Do I get bless with this? Save?
Yeah, was it
The
saving throws too?
saving throw.
Cool.
You get a 1.
Okay, I got a 19.
Okay, so this arcing thing comes out and hits you, and you take 10 points of poison damage as it starts like just stinking and like sort of like Vicks Vapora, but if it was made by a bad guy, and you just feel like a hole in your chest, but you don't feel like held back by it in any way.
Yeah, Percy's down, so he definitely feels held back by that.
Oh,
Okay.
You did my max HP in one hit, so
That's what we get for using a spell.
for being level ones.
Goddamn first level spells. Okay, so he gets droppered right there next to you. And that's it for him. And now it goes to Percy's turn for a death saving throw.
Don't fumble.
Yeah, we'll see.
Wait, does this count as a saving throw? Can he still be blessed?
No, he's unconscious.
It's not my spell, it's hers.
Yeah, she's the one
Yeah.
rolling those extra D4s there, Dan.
And you bless a corpse.
Yeah.
Do they get a bonus?
Yeah. To whatever saving throws a corpse needs
He knows
to
there's
make.
people on the other side waiting for him to come back. He's got something to fight for.
I don't think that's how that works. Go ahead and just roll your death saving throw, would you?
Got an 11.
Okay. And so with an 11, you have 1 point towards success.
See? Blessed.
Yeah, I ain't doing that meat grinder 15 anymore. I chose against it.
That's probably a good call.
I saw a first level spell drop a man. I don't need to see it happen again. Okay, and so at this point, now it goes to them boys, and so the one that's left over goes and runs over and tries to grab onto Karsken to try to push him in.
That would be pretty good.
Could you imagine? All right, here we go. I got an 11. What's your armor class?
16.
Okay, so he runs up to you and tries grabbing at you, and he's like, and you're like, stop it. So you block him. Yeah. That's it. Okay. And that's it for their turn. So now we go straight to whoever won your little tie.
Grus. So Grus is gonna run up to Percy.
He's right
and
next to you.
cast. Okay, great. So I'm just gonna smack him and cast Spare the Dying.
Okay. And so with that, his breathing normalizes, and that goop starts to dissipate on his chest. But I will say...
It's gonna dissipate as the blue, light, hovers over it.
And as you're
That's
looking over at him, and you see that happening as you're trying to put your hands over him to kind of spare him from death, you see a small crack in the stonework of the stairs. A single black tendril comes reaching through, and it goes over to his ear, and it just starts doodling into his ear hole.
Oh
and it just
no!
starts kind of breathing into there, and as you start swatting at it to get it out of there, you slap at it, and you see it just kind of start to bubble up and pop, and start to scurry into different holes.
Uh-oh.
But his breathing stabilizes.
Can I move him away from the stairs so he gets away from the little crack tendril thing?
Yeah, I'll say that you kind of scoot him over the 3 feet and keep your foot at the ready to keep it from that happening again.
Yeah, okay, good.
Okay. And now goes to Vireen. Chaos. Chaos.
I was gonna say, I'm gonna
Chaos.
chaos bolt.
Yay!
But I don't know if I'm gonna chaos bolt the black blob.
The black blob is receded.
Oh.
Unless you want to run up and look down the hole and do it.
Shoot the hole! Shoot the hole!
The wizard. Shoot the wizard.
I mean,
Shoot the
I
wizard.
do have a chance to shoot Fibora, and we all know how Vireen feels about
Could you
that.
imagine that? Just
Chaos Bolt bounces between all 3 of them. The odds of it happening.
It's like that meme, the why can't we have both meme?
Yeah.
Look, you're like, why can't we have both?
So I guess then I'll just shoot the big guy that downed Percy
Okay.
with my chaos bolt.
All right, so seeing Percy get shot back a couple feet and slapped onto the stairwell, and you see Grus just and jump on him, just try healing him, bringing him back. Vireen kind of ducks down, takes a knee, and aims her fingers together, pulls apart an ectoplasmic golobby orb, and shoots it outward. What do we got in the attack roll? Plus the bonus.
Three.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
17.
Damn. Okay, so 17's good. Beats it.
Ooh, 16 damage.
Did you? What do you
Oh,
got for
wait,
the?
no, I rolled 2 d8s, and they're both the same.
So that does arc.
Wait, that means magic stuff happens. Okay, sorry.
But you also have to roll a d20
Okay.
and see if we have chaos magic.
2d8 plus 1d6 damage.
Mhm.
And then choose one of the d8s, and the number rolled on that die determines. And I got 8, so it's thunder damage.
Okay.
And if you roll the same number on both d8s, the chaotic energy leaps from a target to a different creature of your choice within 30 feet of it.
So the other guy.
Hell yeah.
Laura. No, I'm just kidding.
Why
I
not?
could blame it on
You
the
got
chaos.
both!
Be like, oh my god, the magic just killed her.
I mean,
What
if you
a
want to be known as the one
shame.
who can't be trusted with that, what? Oh my god, it killed that guy. I didn't even know how to control it. So you're saying you're unstable?
No. So I'll have it leap to the other guy.
Okay. But again, did you roll the d20 for the chaos thing?
Wild magic surge.
Oh, you want me to do
Wow.
that?
Yeah, you have to do
Wow,
that as soon as you
magic.
cast it.
It doesn't say I have to do it every time. It says at your discretion.
I'm discreting.
Press
Discreting.
7.
Okay. So go ahead and roll the second attack roll.
So the first one was 16 plus d6. So I gotta
Oh my
roll d6.
God.
Yeah, I was gonna say she rolled double 8s.
That's insanity.
So 2d8s plus
That's
d6. So the first one
Crash to
takes
insanity.
18 damage.
Jesus Christ. So that's on the first one.
Uh-huh.
And then
And
what's
then
the attack
second
roll for the
attack.
second?
Do I still get bless?
Mm-hmm.
18.
Do you have to make another attack roll, or does it just
Plus
automatically
4.
jump?
Nope, you get another attack roll.
So 19.
Damn,
4.
that's a hit on that dopey guy.
Okay. And I do the same damage again.
You roll a new one.
2d8 plus 6.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna pick my slimy.
Slime McGrammy.
So that is 18 damage again. And also thunder.
Okay. Yeah, so with that, so as you hold your hands up in the warbling mass and shoot it off, it disappears from view as it goes across the room, like warbling, it just like disappears. And all of a sudden you just see the big froggy guy looking around as if like, where the hell did that go? And all of a sudden just an implosion of sonic boom as it just, and you see him just like seize and fall down hard and just like plop, plop and fall off the dais and land in the pit too. And the other guy looks over and just booms on him as well, right next to Karsken, and that guy just falls flat, dead on his back in front of Karsken.
That's my big sister. Woo, 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 woo.
Very good. Okay, and so it seems like beyond the slime that's down at the bottom of the pit, the room seems to be void of anything.
Well, how the turntables.
No, we're gonna find their stuff first, and then we'll get them down.
It's not their stuff anymore, it's ours.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, they're gonna have to pay us for it.
They're forfeit.
Well. Okay, and so with that,
That's some restorative
the
justice.
group looks over at all the coins and gemstones and stuff up on the lifted dais, and you guys can see that there are quite a lot of coins, quite a lot of things. First and foremost, there is a potion which is very clearly labeled with Elvish script. If anybody here speaks Elvish?
I do.
Okay, it says Potion of Healing.
Great.
Additionally, there's a scroll wrapped up in a glass case.
I speak Elvish. Neat.
There is a red cloak amongst this pile of stuff. There are 4 gemstones, each one valued at about 50 gold pieces, 4 pieces of rose quartz. There's approximately 110 gold pieces and about 1,000 silver stacked up in even piles.
What was the second thing you said after the potion of healing and before the cloak? A book?
A scroll?
Scroll. What kind of scroll? Do we know?
It's hard to tell from just looking at it right now, unless you want to take it out and read it.
Can I take it out and read it?
Yeah. Okay. So once you pull it out and open it up, in the common tongue, it's written out as a scroll of false life.
10
Um,
HP.
And there also appears to be a single ring amongst all of the coins.
Karsken's gonna work on getting the chuckle fox down.
Okay, so you go ahead and you kind of reach out and grab at them. And as you grab at them, you can see that they've all sort of passed out.
Yeah.
And as you sort of pull them over, use the little rope doohickey they have up on the dais and loosen it and pull them down to the side. Unstrap them, untie them. Do you want to untie them?
No.
Yeah, we'll untie him.
And so as you untie them, they start to come to, and they start to kind of like come out of their state of shock. And with that, the little bald guy on the floor starts looking around at you guys, and he says, "Oh man." He starts like feeling out his head. He's like, He says, "I don't know how I can thank you guys for all you've done. And he kind of looks over and he sees the big guy next to him, Gallet, and Gallet sort of leans forward and he says, "Are there any more of those beasts?"
We took care of 3 of them. You guys look familiar. You're the what was it? The Bent Dick Brigade, right?
And so with that, they kind of look back and forth at one another, and the woman leans forward after standing up to her feet and like falling over a couple times, like newborn fawn. And she just says, she's like, I don't think I've ever met you people. She says, have we met before?
Yeah, you're our loyal retainers.
And so with that,
Been
she
looking
says,
for you.
they kind of look back and forth at one another, and they say, I don't know that that's the case, but I don't really remember anything telling me otherwise. So, hey, Percy, you get a little sleepy.
Percy's dead, so he's just knocked out.
I don't know if we're role playing that hard, but I'll give you points for LARPing. And so with that, the
Do
If
I
that
hear all of this
that potion of healing
conversation?
looks tasty. But no, I'll
Nah.
just be knocked out.
I mean, in the time that the
You're
combat's
fine.
already over, you can come to. Just because everybody's counting up the coins and pulling the guy off the doohickey. So yeah, we'll say that you're stabilized and you can get back up.
Okay.
Do I hear?
One hit
Do I
point.
hear that? Do I hear that conversation about?
Yeah,
it being
at
like,
this
I don't know.
point, once you guys have scooped up everything, it does seem like everybody's free to come talk to them.
All right, insight.
Okay.
17. Is she lying?
And so with that, she is telling the absolute truth, and the level of confusion and innocence on each of their faces, they don't look like they know each other.
Do you guys know each other?
And with that, Gallet says, I'm not certain I know who I am.
What happened to you? Do you remember?
He says, I just remember. And they all kind of like start to cringe at the sensation of it. And as they cringe and start to mention, they're like, just this strange, dark feeling. Like something was just looking through my mind like a catalog. And they all start to shiver a little bit. And as they mention that, Percy does feel a little bit of a twinge too. And he feels almost like a cold embrace on the back of his head. It feels like this chilling vibe, as if like he almost empathizes with that sensation for just a moment. And with that, they say, I don't know what's happening here. And they say, is there any way we can get out? And that is where we'll end it.
Dun dun
Loyal
dun.
retainers.